Okay, so why can't we click on it when we're here? Does it have something to do with the mouse mode? Mouse mode. What's that, like, base mouse mode? Visible? Okay, we just want to confirm that it's not... Okay, that's not it. Let's look at the scene tree here. We're going to filter nodes by type, control. Can we not filter at runtime? That would be... Look at this. Debug draw is on top of everything. I'm going to make it not visible. That's not it. What are the input settings on here? Oh my god, it's the game settings. No, we are on input. So now we can't do the biome specific stuff either. Well, I'll be... Hmm. Hmm. Panel or a color rect? Oh, here we go. There's a MISC tab. It'll tell you the last click control field. It'll tell you exactly which node is intercepting your input. Okay, so run the game, go to debugger. Go to MISC. Bring this up. Sub viewport container. Clicked control. Phantom camera 3D sub viewport container. Game player controller. She's gonna pop. We're gonna crash again, aren't we? Something's going wrong. That's weird. Oops. Up, 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 up. That was it. Well, now we know how to find it quicker. There we go. I like turtles. Gameplay. And then let's open up Discord. Submitted. Oops, I accidentally submitted it twice. I like turtles. Excellent. Excellent work. Okay. Nathir, how's it going? It's going all right. Yep. Just doing my thing. Just being cricket. That guy's cricket. Oh yeah, we made this cool little platform thingy. Just kind of to test some things out. That's gonna be, we're gonna replace the, we can put the little collectible thing is now just part of the grid map library, so mesh library, so we put it in there and then we'll just swap it out with the real deal, this floating one. So I can actually get rid of that for now. Just like we do with the enemies. We got copy and paste going, we got cut, paste, we got delete. Delete as in select a bunch of things and delete.
Oh, that's cool. Cool?
Yeah. The raid.
Cool. You think it's cool? It's cool. It's not cool.
Do a shout out. Shout out to M Audio. Corner of Higuera. Downtown San Luis Obispo. All of your audio needs. Call M. Her name's M. Her name's M. M. That's the jingle. Just came out with it. You can use that one for free. I'm not even going to charge you. It's a nice little demo. What is it? Nice little ditty. Clipping that. So anyways, we just got a feedback form in the game. Here it is. Right now you can just hit F2 to bring it up. We're not, we don't have any states going, so right now you can kind of move the camera around while you interact with it. And you can say, this game sucks. And then you can check off what the feedback is for, if it's gameplay, a bug, or whatever. And then you submit it by clicking one of these buttons. This is totally ripped off from Subnautica. And then you hit the button, and it automatically sends it to Discord to a secret channel that I have. And so here it comes in into Discord. So that's how we're going to be doing feedback for the prototype. We need to get a pause menu going. We haven't done any of that, so we can do pause states now. That's probably a good thing. Nice, this is genius, Crick. Tapier, thanks. Yeah, I always recommend people do the whole Subnautica feedback thing. I think it's really a really good way to do it. I think ultimately I'm going to be sending it through as an attached CSV file. Really, what would be best is if we get it into Discord and then somehow automatically get it into Google Docs. And you can subscribe to events through webhooks for Discord. So I can have an always-on computer that also gets notified of the submission to Discord, and then I can just put that over into... I mean, locally, what I could do is just locally throw it into a CSV, so it's not out. It's not actually out on a Google Doc. That's probably the best way to do it. Just use Discord as like a free server, free hosting. Free HTTP posts, basically. Dustin, how are you doing? But there's not much involved. Basically, you just have to have your webhook. You do the post, and you just need to set the content type to application JSON, and then you pack all of the data into a JSON for the body. And you put everything in your content field, and that's what ends up getting posted into the to the Discord message. So not too hard, but pretty neat. So yeah, let's do pausing because that's boring, and nighttime streams are all about what's boring. So let's go over here, and let's just add pause handling, and we're gonna put this under prototype. And we'll say we need a cool color for the prototype stuff. So let's see if we can do something cool. We'll change. We've got some colors. Which one of these would be good for prototype? This is playtest. Metroid magenta. That sounds like an urgent thing. Well, we'll put it under playtest, not prototype. How about that? These are all things we want to have done before we start putting this in people's hands. So pause handling, throw that up on doing. Whoops. There we go. What is that? Oh. Oh, I discovered something in Godot. Just like anyone who discovers anything. 7 consecutive strings. Thank you, Tapier. Appreciate it. And that is when you're running the game, and let's say you can't click on something in your UI and you don't know why. Right here, if you go to debugger and then MISC, it'll tell you the last thing that you interacted with. So if something's blocking you from clicking on something, you can go here and find out what's intercepting your clicks, which is handy. Wait, go where? When the game is running, go to your debugger, and then there's a tab called MISC. And then here it'll say clicked control and the control type. So whatever you're trying to interact with will show up. Whatever is taking that click will show up here. So I sarcastically at the start of the stream said, it's a good thing Godot has a way of letting us know what we're clicking on. And I was being totally sarcastic. And then it does. It does. My hair's getting pretty poofy. And I feel like I'm trying too hard with long hair at the top. I think I need to go buzz it real quick. I'm feeling self-conscious right now. You guys mind if I go bick my head really quick? Not bick it. We're not going for highway patrol, but we're going for not trying to hide the fact that we have a widow's peak like no other. I don't know. If I buzz the sides, if we shorten the sides a bit, that would look better. Bic as in the razor. I'll be right back. Scribble some more hair on it. We'll do it. We'll do that. No, we're not going to do that one. You guys are going to make me type that into the void. Okay. Fine. Thought I could get someone to promise me something. And nobody did. Nobody did at all. Somehow Twitch is like, yeah, I'm not going to censor any of that. But if you say like noodles, Twitch is like, whoa. Whoa. Whoa, dude. Should I delete that? I should probably delete that, right? Should I? I should probably delete that. Should I moderate myself? How do I remove my own message? Yes. I ban myself and my stream just implodes. Whoops, that's not what we want to do. Oh no. I've pinned it. Oh no. Oh, we really need to unpin it. How do we unpin this? Unpin. There we go. Facial pie hole. Nice. No, I don't want to pin it. Why do they make the moderation button right next to that? And then it's a big icon that takes over. It won't let me mod myself. Pro streamer. I know, pro streamer moments here. Anyways. Oh, yeah, pause. We want to do pause. Let's see what we got for pause right now. Hit escape. It brings up the map. Is escape the universal pause? Is there a universal map button for video games? Typical button for map in PC game. Hmm? Oh, I was wondering if there's a typical button for maps in a PC game. Dustin. No, the hmm? Oh, yeah, yeah. I'm just being a dickhead. Hmm? Hmm? All right, let's try map. We'll do hmm. What was it in
Huh?
hmm? Select on the add new action map. And this is going to be hmm? And it's also going to be do I have an input with me? I do not have an input with me. Joypad button guide, as it's called now. That's disgusting. Joypad button guide. Blech. That's what we call select now. Really? Or is that like the home button? All right. The what used to be called select. Input action pressed map. Isn't there massive improvements to GUI control stuff, animating them with this new release coming out? Release of what? Your mom? I don't know. What are we talking about? Okay, so we have that. And this VBox container is for all of the... Okay, so all of our health and all that stuff. So what we want to do... And then we have our frame hit stuff. This needs to be above everything else. That's... Actually, no, we'll put it behind. But we do need, in front of it all, we need another color rect. And this filter is going to be ignore. Get wrecked. Color rect. Ask your doctor if color rect is right for you. Color rect. $128. So we'll do about halfway. Okay. And if we're in the middle of getting hit, ooh, and then we pause, that's what it'll look like. Really? That's what it would look like? Is the draw order? That's what we want. So really, this we would want to be before, right? Or do we do after? Let's do a value on health. We'll do 10. There we go. So if we put this in front, yeah, we don't want that. There we go. So, all right. And then this goes on top of everything. And it's really hard to... This goes behind. Okay. So this is going to be our paused rect. Okay. And what we're going to do is going to start separating this stuff into their own little control sections. So this is going to be pause. And actually, what we could do is this, where we call it pause here. Get rid of this one. We don't have to have a rect within a rect. There we go. And then we put this in here. And then booyah. So then if we have that open, yeah. So for now, we could just show feedback when we pause. How about them apples? Okay. So if we're going to do that, then we have to make sure that we don't pause game. Because that's where we're collecting inputs. Now, mayhaps we actually want to do this on main because we want to be able to make sure that if we don't do it somewhere logical like that, the problem is we're going to have to do all this weird stuff to handle pause behaving the way we want it. Did we ever find out how that blonde dude liked them apples? A mystery to this day. It's true. That's one of those things about writing for film. When you think about the guys that wrote it, you know, they were in college at the time and they write this genius kid. But a genius is kind of easy to write if you think about it, because you can kind of just set up the scenarios in your head. And then you just need to do a little bit of research to make the person sound like they know what they're talking about, talk to a few people or whatever. Suddenly you have this really smart sounding character. It's kind of funny how that works. It's the magic of movie making. Writing on easy mode. All right, so here we can pause everything. Now, on our main scene, we're not going to allow main to ever be paused. So process mode, always. I love you, always, forever. So that's what we're going to do there. How do we make sure? This is good because then if we tween anything, it'll still be in the middle of its tween here. Everything's fine now. This is fine. This is fine. Okay, so now we need to do a pause. And I forget how to enter a pause. I'm guessing we get tree. And then there's got to be something about pause. If true, the scene tree is considered pause. Depending on each node's process. So paused equals, this is pretty easy. Get tree paused, and then we just invert it. So whatever it is, it's one or the other. Now, what we want to do for sure, though, is show the paused menu. Now, can we do subgroups for export groups? I don't think you can. Can you? Let's see. Export. We're going to do an export group of an export group. Pause. So this is all the pause UI stuff. Let's just give it a shot. See what we get. Boop. And something's broken. Let's find out. We broke it. What did we break? Nothing. It just don't like it. It's whatever the last one was. Is that what we're finding out here? Let's put this one in something called pause. Yeah, whatever the last one was. Okay. Let's double check. Give it a shot or get got. Slater, how's life been treating you? How you doing? I do hope everyone's doing okay. It's never good when you're not doing okay. Sometimes you can be in a rut. Sometimes it can be years. Years and years and years of a rut. Forever rut. I want to be forever rut. Do I really want to be forever? Forever. I want to be forever rut. Exported properties. Subgroup. Groups cannot be nested. Use export subgroup to create subgroups within a group. Well, I'll be. It's possible. Export group. Pause. And then export subgroup. Feedback. And now, look at that. Booyakasha. We've got a subgroup, baby. This is going to be HUD. Export group. I prefer doing monoliths for UI. Is that weird? It's just kind of how I like it. Okay. So now we need export var. Pause is a color rect. I want to be forever young. Do I really want to be forever? Yeah. Not too good, to be honest. Going nowhere fast in life, missing stuff, been in a rut for a decade plus at least. But I also got used. I also get used to it. I was in a rut for like a decade and I didn't even realize it. Like, I just sort of been going to work. I have a job I didn't really like. I was just working in a way that I didn't want to be, and I didn't realize it. And then I was like, wait a minute. Like, this has been 10 years of this. Yeah. Missing stuff. I know that feeling. I know that feeling. So we want UI to always process. So what we're going to do is say process mode. How about this? We've got to create a HUD. So we're going to go control And we're going to call this HUD. And we're going to put this under there. Booyah. And we need to stretch it out. Get your head out of the gutters. Okay, so we're stretching that out. And so now we've got a HUD. And for everything, normally this stuff is to inherit the parent, right? Process mode is inherent. Oh, Del Taco. God. They're crunchy tacos. Not much I can do. It's 9 p.m. I'm debating if I'm getting Taco Bell for dinner. I've received my pizza. I must insert it within me. Just sneak a piece up your butt. There was one of the prompts for make some noise on Dropout was you're in the middle of a job, like a lunch job interview, and you eat through your butt and you have to like sneak bites in. I got two crunch, 2 steak street tacos, quesadilla, some fries, caramel empanada. Going loco. That's nice. I got the book, Greg. I got it. Thank you very much. Again, I'm excited. So have you read this? Did you know there's a sequel? Sometimes you got to eat your sadness. Indeed. I did read it many a year ago. Let me see. When was it written? 2011. Crazy. Okay. So instead of mode inherent, we're going to say we're going to process when paused. How about that? So this should always be running. Process always. And then this is process pausable. So the HUD can pause, and the pause menu only processes when paused. And this always processes, so we can call the pause code. So important to know that our code will always run here. We're going to have a pause function, make it global. One. Can we get a signal that a pause has occurred on tree? I bet we can. Scene tree. That's one way to do it. Let's see. I don't like that, though, personally. Emitted when node process mode of any... No, doesn't look like we can know when that happens. Mildly brutal. Yeah, my daughter's rereading Hail Mary by herself now, and I had to get out some... It goes against my personal belief system, but I did have to bring out the post-it censorship system near the tail end of the book, there's a couple of things where I'm like, and I explained to her why. She knows what's censored, but not what's censored, if that makes sense. Terminator style brutality. Except when you're moving. It never hurts to have more books except when you're moving. Damn, that's true, dude. That's 100% true. Nothing worse than books collecting dust, I suppose. I should say I remember it being extreme robot brutality. But I don't want to scare him. Dude, man, I'm telling you, Killbots, extremely accurate. No way to... Man. If that ever happens, we'll lost our humanity completely. The robots are not nice is all. I'm excited. I am excited. So in this case, we're going to show pause. So if we are pause, and how about we just pass a bool value, bool, and if pause, let's just call it pause value. I hate it naming variables with types or value is the worst. It's like, duh. Of course it's a value. It's a variable. What are you talking about? Oh, this is really easy. I'm overthinking this. Unless we're going to animate, which we can do later. We're going to just make value. And then we just go like this. Pause visible equals value. Can't get any easier than that. And we go over here on main. And we say UI, pause, get tree, pause. And we just pass it along. Easy enough. Now we should have pause. Let's see. Bloop. Looks like it. Except we can still look around. And move. And everything else. So, why is that the case? Let's find out. Maybe we're not actually pausing, but this is getting called. Let's print the pause state out. Pause. Okay. Process mode is inherent, which says to me that when I do pause the scene, we should pause. Oh, we don't want it to be inherent because this is instantiated by the parent. We need to say pausable. There we go. So now we hit pause. Background freezes. And we don't have control over the mouse, and that's for another reason. So now we want to grab focus. Let's get rid of our little secret thing here on UI. We're going to go blah, 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 submit feedback. There's an input thing here, right? Here it is. Get rid of that. Go like this. Now, if let's just call it pause state bool. Whatever we do here. So if we are positive, if we're a bool, so that's true, we're going to have our impact or a feedback text grab focus and free our minds. Don't be so shallow. Free your minds. I wear tight clothing, high heel shoes. That don't mean that I'm a prostitute. No. Do 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 do. Looks like we can submit while paused. And let's just open up Discord in the background. If we hear the bloop, we'll know we're golden. And running. We're golden. Okay, so when we hit submit, we want that to go away. So for now, we're just going to unpause, I guess. Or tell the feedback to go away, right? So up here, submitting feedback. The button's been pressed. We go ahead and here's another thing we want to do. We're adding child. We need to intelligently remove that. But in the meantime, we're going to go feedback, panel, visible, false. False. And feedback, panel, visible, true. Okay. It's winter in Forza, my least favorite. Forza. I did drive around in fall, but I didn't do all the playlist stuff. I like some of the off-road winter stuff, though. I had fun with it. Have you done any of the food delivery things? Feedback panel visible false. That's weird. There we go. No, last time I was on my quest to drive every road. Drive every mountain. Understood. Understood. This is cool. So it's written a bit like the zombie book that was all journalistic interviews of survivors. Um. Well, Greg's wanting me to play Forza. He's got me wanting to play. Greg's tempting me. He's like the siren. He's gonna make me crash into the rocks, the rocky sides of something. I have a wild idea for how we can do the mapping system. Yeah, I think we can almost get away with. Anyways, yeah, I have a couple of really cool ideas about some of the Metroid conventions. Sort of screwing with them. I think the whole like, oh, you got to have a double jump and all that stuff. I just don't feel like that's entirely necessary. I need better glasses for working. I have these ones, but I'm sit so far away from my computer now that these are actually not good for how far away the monitor is. Let me try them out. They're a little let's see. Still a little. These ones are great. Look at that. Not nearly as glary, except when I'm staring straight at you bastards. But they're for close stuff. They have the green filter or whatever for monitor stuff. Supposedly really bad for your eyes to have beams of light shining straight into your eyeballs. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? Okay, well, we've got a pause system. So we did that. Pause handling. Can we confirm? What we could do is just to confirm that the UI stuff, the other stuff is paused, is we could put something on the screen that is sort of being animated, so that we can tell that it's paused. So let's do progress. So we'll throw a progress bar in up here, and we'll just do a tween of a value on it. How about that? And we'll just call this test bar, and we'll put it up on HUD. Okay. So we want to push the value of you, my friend, from 0 to 100 over and over again. So we go var tween equals create tween property tween. I hate this. Tween property test bar value, and we go from 0, we're going to 100 in 3 seconds, and then we're going to snap ourselves back to 0 instantly after that, and then we're going to set a loop on it. So tween set loops like that. Okay. So now if we run the game, we should have this progress bar going up, 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 up. There it goes. And if we pause, that's not what we want. HUD is set on pausable. We are process is inherit. Process here is inherit. Pausable stops processing when scene tree paused is true. So this must mean, oh dear God. No, that'll be fine. So to really test this then, so we definitely don't want to do tweens in here because they'll just keep going, right? Or we're going to have to rip some of this stuff out. But let's set a tween here in the game code, right? Because this is where we would actually do it. Or would we? Ooh, I don't like where this is heading. Main UI test bar. Main. It's like I knew when I didn't put an underscore in front of it. It's like I knew. So same thing should happen again. And then if we pause, it pauses. Okay. Yeah, my understanding of pausing is the way I expected it to be. So far, so good. Dude, is Fiera still going? Friera is still going. Jeez Louise.
I just need
Isn't
to
it like
make my
3 or 4 in the morning for this bastard? What is his problem? Getting a Domino's ad.
Good stuff. Nice ship. Ship was pretty fun. Pretty fun. It's 420, bro. 420 exactly.
420. $420 YOLO blaze it. Hashtag 420 YOLO blaze it. Hashtag. So we have to be careful not to set. So we can do tweens that like are constantly going. This is going to be interesting. But I mean, this is just how it is, right? So let's get rid of our progress bar here. Okay. So I think we're pretty good on pausing now. Got a good understanding of it. It's a little weird if you've never done it in Godot, but once you've done it, it's like old hats. You can go back. Ooh, when we repause. So this is some of the stuff you have to like make sure that you like. We sort of need a previous mouse mode. Variable so that when we like when we go back here, we need to make sure that whatever it was before, just to be safe, it goes back to that. But generally we can say mouse mode captured to go back. Let's see if I got that right. So we free the mouse here, and then we take it back. And that seems to be fine. Okay. Let's go ahead and commit what we've done. I think these little micro sessions are good. I think. What I do need to do is get back to the project me and Greg are working on. Because right now this is cutting into that. Because normally if I'm doing any work at night, it would be for that. Oh, we don't want to show that. But we did. Resource map. Oh, we did some stuff here. Hang on. Oh, we did clearing blocks. Where did that end up? Editor controller. Cut. Block library. And then we have the block mesh library. Clearing blocks. Cut. Okay. I can't YOLO blaze it till my Del Taco comes in 3 minutes. Would you be down for some Forza? Or is it too late for you? Private keys for Discord. Webhook. Pause. First pass at pause and feedback form. Handling more special blocks. Depends on what time you're talking about. I might eat and then have to fall asleep. But I can stay up till 12. Let's do it, man. Let's do it. What happened here? What? Oh, that's a nothing. It's a big fat nothing. Okay. Much love to everybody out there. We're going to raid Fiera. Let's raid Fiera. No, it's too late. Fiera's got to go to sleep. We don't want to keep him up. 13 viewers we got hanging out. Dobbsworks is playing Minecraft. Looks like Carbs has a release thing. Some sort of game release. Trying to find carbs. I haven't rated carbs in a long time. I haven't been able to.
If you want to share any of your blow.
So we're gonna raid. All right, everybody. Much love. Have a good night. I will see you tomorrow. It's Tuesday. Oh my God. I get to stream tomorrow. I'll be here tomorrow. Hope everyone does good. Call a loved one. Much love. Peace. Bye-bye.